What is up, guys? Eric Hill here, one half of the Hill Twins, and today we back at it again with another video. Yes, that's right. Got my lovely playmat there. That is my beautiful daughter, only one kid. You guys see that playmat a lot. I really do love that. We love that playmat. It was a gift. I enjoy it. I mean, I just love seeing her face. She's such a beautiful kid. Anyways, enough about that. Let's jump into this match. So we have a highly anticipated match of this set 3. As you guys can see, we have Bardock, Bardeezy versus Vegeta-sama. This match is completely insane, and I really wanted to get this match out to you guys and really go into the elements and the factors that come into this match and how you can play this match as a Bardock player and how you should play this match as a as a Vegeta player, pardon me, in order to get the best chances of success. As you guys know, Eon is actually on the energy marker. This is big for him because he gets to deny a lot of my explosive plays if in fact I don't have Kakarot. Because I have Kakarot, it allows me to essentially start with the energy marker at the loss of a card, but it's okay because ultimately we get those cards back, right? So it's big. Eon's gonna have his turn 1 play, drop the cantrip, draw a card, and his prerogative right now is to defend every single attack that he can defend. And it's important because ultimately he wants to be able to create an environment where he has a lot of energy and he can finally awaken and utilize that energy for these big explosive turns in Vegeta and be able to nullify my board as best as possible on his way into awakening. His hand can always be brought back by cards like you know, the Pilaf and stuff like that. So he's not too worried about the 1-drops that he does combo. Skipping forward into my turn, I had a turn 2 play, which was great, which was the 3-drop. He was able to establish another energy marker, and now we're here on my actual turn 3 of the game, and I am able to establish my 4-drop here. And this is big because he has 2 actual energy and 1 energy marker, and he really can't like threaten me unless he has the scythe in his hand. And so I know I didn't want to combo any of these 1-drops because the likelihood of him getting rid of my board was very high with a scythe. So I just wanted to keep some cards on board. Just because sometimes when they scythe, look, there we go. When they scythe you, it hurts. And when you feel like you have nothing, you got to start all over. That does suck. So at least I got these 2 1-drops on board. Not really doing much, but they look cool, and they make me feel secure at the fact that I'm doing something. So I'm still unawakened, and I know that Eon's swinging into my battle cards prior to removing him because he wants to make sure that he keeps me from awakening so that he can deal with my 15k swings and create as much of a gap as possible between his turns so that he can have these more bigger explosive plays. As you guys can see, he's defending everything. I'm able to establish this 4-drop again, and it's probably going to get removed again, but I'm just like, hey, you know what? I'm going to establish these cards because I really want you to remove these as soon as possible so that later on in the game when I am able to, you know, summon other things, you were forced to deal with them sooner. You may not have those resources to get rid of them. So I'm going to go ahead and attack, and I get this energy marker back, and I'm able to use it for my 1-drop, which is great. And because of that, I'll be able to draw a card. And so essentially when you drop that 1-drop, you're going to draw 2 cards between him and the end of the turn. If you guys are not aware, Son Goku does draw a card at the end of the turn when a energy marker was removed that turn. So great card. Eon's going into his true turn 4, and he's still unawakened. This is exactly where he wants to be. And I'm sitting okay because my hand is pretty healthy, and I also am unawakened. So, you know, he's gonna go ahead and scythe here. This is like exactly where, you know, he wants to be in, because his hand is still pretty large, and he's been able to deal with 2 4-drops. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this 3-drop now, and I'll get the energy marker, and I'm able to awaken and start swinging for 25Ks. And that's big because now he has to use cards to defend me if he should want to get out of these 25k attacks, or I want to get him to 4. The biggest thing is you're trying to get your opponent to 4 because Every card after that is card quality for Vegeta. So, for example, if Vegeta's at 4 life, he has to kind of play at 7 cards in hand. Those 7 cards are really, probably good quality cards like Pilafs and things that he doesn't necessarily want to lose. So you hit hard at that point and you are able to get into the money. So that's one of the biggest ways you want to approach Vegeta. Vegeta player, he's going to want to be able to defend everything as much as possible. You don't take any small hit that you can get out of, because all your cards are going to essentially come back to your hand. Going back into my turn, I dropped this Lud. Yes, this is my combo. I really love it. It just allows for extra pressure, and it's a threat that they just have to deal with, right? So once they've removed all the other things, you still have access to these cards, powerful cards at that, to be able to hit for some pretty good damage. And they're all 10K, so later on in the game, whether you played them or not, if they are sitting in hand, you're comboing out defensively or offensively, which is really great. So Eon is going to summon this Goten, and his idea is to reduce the amount of cards in his hand without drawing or using a cantrip, so that he can activate his effects. And he's doing this prior to Awakening, but I think he realizes that he still did not have the 8 cards. He miscalculated, so we had rewinded the game state. He's deciding to omit that Awaken and just play the game as normal. And I like this technique because I see a lot of Vegeta players, swinging and dumping their entire hand during the actual course of the gameplay on their Awakened turn. I do not agree with that. You are going to have to defend next turn regardless. So you might as well, shy a turn away and, utilize those cards that you would normally combo on your offense to use them for defense. That way you actually are doing what you need to do, which is defending yourself, giving yourself more turns, and by that next turn you will have 7 cards in your hand. So it's my goal. My goal is just to hit him as hard as I can. I was able to untap. This is big, but blue is very resilient. They have a lot of things that can allow them to defend properly, which is really great. So I'm swinging this 25K. I was able to look at the top card of the deck, and that's one of Bardock's really great advantages, just being able to draw a card and then look at the top card of the deck, put it at the top or the bottom, or if it's a Bardock's crew, you can combo it. And that's big because you're able to just move through the deck as fast as possible. And as you guys can see, I'm going to go ahead and establish this another energy marker, and now I have these Hercules that I want to utilize. Start picking up these 1-drops, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop this Bardock, and he becomes a complete monster at this point of the game. As you guys can see, he's kind of nullified a lot of my SCRs, but now I get to play a game where I get to do as much pressure as possible. And I'm swinging 30K. I'm gonna go ahead, attack again, and I'm gonna swing 25, and I don't want to combo the other 1-drop. He can give me a 10K, it's fine. He can give me a 10K, it's perfectly fine, but he doesn't have that, or rather he doesn't want to get rid of it, so he has to give me 2 cards, which is in his favor, because he definitely wants to be at 7 cards or less. I'm gonna go ahead and use his energy marker, pop his board, and pass, and I am looking good. He can still definitely nullify my board, but I think I'm in a position where he's at 3 life, and my hand is pretty healthy. I'm sitting okay right now. So he's gonna go ahead and drop this Gohan, and this Gohan is absolutely amazing, especially against this deck. Just being able to pick up those 3 drops, they're really vulnerable. And so you never want to play so much cards at one time. You want to do 1 SCR at a time against blue, because they're going to be able to deal with it. So if you put 2 on the board, 1 side deals with it, and you just don't want that type of negativity in your life. It's going to hit me for 1. I take it. I'm not worried about it. My hand is pretty healthy. I have a lot of combo power. So, you know, that's that. He swings into the Lud because he knows that he has to try and deal with this card. And I defend it because it's currency at the end of the day. I want to be able to pick a 10 or a 15K or even a super combo out of its hand next turn. I need pressure, and so I can't afford for Lud to die. It's a big 4-drop 30K. What can I expect? What can you expect? So I'm going to go ahead and get this Gero out, and I'm going to crack that 10K because I want him to use the cards in his hand to defend. And so as you guys can see, I swing leader, and I'm going to turn that into a 35K because I'm comboing the Gero, guys. I'm comboing the Gero. That's why he's a 35K. So Ian's just figuring this out. My mission is now to hit 35 and 40s. I really need you to, you know, spend some cards, spend some of that cash, man, because I know that I'm at 3 life, and he can start doing some wicked stuff with these cards once he gets to like 6, 7 energy, which he is at 6 energy now. So next turn will be pretty explosive for him. So I'm going to go ahead and swing Lud. I'm just trying to pick out as much, you know, from his hand as possible, make him utilize these resources so that I have a clearer view of what it is that I want to do. And this is one of the things that I love about it, because I knew this card was on the top. I left it on the top, so the 1-drop was able to just get me straight into this card. I'm able to develop my energy marker back and swing for 35K. And now, if I have a Power Brothers, this 4-drop is not going to be able to attack. So Ian goes ahead and he combos out, and I'm going to Power Brothers, and I'll be able to draw at the end of the turn for this Goku. And I'm looking pretty sharp. I haven't used super combos and stuff like that, so my hand is pretty stacked right now, but it is going into his next turn. And this is where blue gets lethal. It really truly is. So he's going to go ahead and charge that 4-drop. Activate the leader's effect to be able to pump. He's going to swing 35, and he swings at the SCR. That kind of hints that he doesn't have a way to deal with it. Wow, I mean, well, I was completely wrong. I guess he just wanted that card off the board. So he gets this Vegeta back, and then this Pilaf, he gets this Pilaf back. He's going to double Pilaf. And yeah, he's gonna swing into Lud, and his goal is to like remove this Lud. I know I have a super combo, so I know I just I need this currency for sure. Getting rid of the Pilafs is really good, because if I can establish another energy marker, those Pilafs he would lose value nonetheless. So, but because I'm not really like threatened, super combos really don't matter too much in my hand. I can defend my currency. So I'm gonna go ahead and scry. This time I wanted to do it on the Lud attack because I really needed to draw something. I was looking for something, and I wanted to be able to draw it, or, you know, find something that is more desirable before drawing it. That card, I believe, was just was not it for me. So I'm gonna swing and draw, and I get a super combo, and I leave it at a 25. And you know, he has to start dealing with these heavy attacks. His hand is very low, so now he super combos out of a 25, and this is what lets me know that his hand is pretty dead. He may have a Pilaf, but he doesn't want to get rid of the Pilaf. So now I'm gonna draw these cards and get this energy marker back. And this Goku was so good later on in the games, which is just astronomical. Guess I'll pick up Power Brothers, which makes sense. Just trying to figure out what's like the best course. And I'm gonna go and grab this. Oh, right. I grabbed this because I want to be able to lock both of his battle cards, I believe. So I'm going to combo this, and I'll be at 35K. And he takes this hit. So I'm going to Power Brothers. lock the Vegeta, then I'll do this card here. And this is kind of one of those like really power plays you got to think about. I'll get this energy marker back and I'll power again. And the only way that he can really deal with my board now is Zeno, because he can't attack with any of these cards. So I'm swinging lead. And I'm like, yo, his hand is so low. I'm going to swing with a 5-drop for 20. And he has to give it, he has to give me something, man. So that is unfortunate, you know, just being able to swing with a 5-drop. Then I passed my turn. I was trying to hit him for 1, because if I could hit him from 1, then I was going to blast him with the last little bit of cards in my hand. It was a gamble, but these cards can't attack, so, you know. I definitely wanted to swing with the 0K because I figured Zeno was going to come down anyways. But not starting with a Zeno, so apparently he didn't have it. And swinging at Ludno, it makes me feel like he just doesn't have the tools that he needs to try and grab the win. And so, you know, it's looking pretty grim right now for him, honestly. So now he sipes me, and he takes care of majority of my board, which is great. And he's gonna go ahead and pass. You know, he couldn't have won. He does have the Vegeta, I think, in his hand, but he definitely could have not won. And so he decides to kind of like play it safe and see what's the dealio. And he takes that first leader hit, and then after here, he ends up scooping. So that's the game, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like this video and stay super.